Mm. Oh. Ooh. It says here, pregnancy warning. Alcohol can cause lifelong harm to your baby. Well, they should also, I'm politically correct, as you fucking well know, and they should have another message here for long-term alcoholics. It's just not LBGQTABCDEF, whatever that means. It should also have a message saying pregnancy warning. A baby can cause lifelong harm to your alcoholism. I'm going to get in touch with the Prime Minister, not Scott, Jim Morrison, Scott Morrison. He won't be Prime Minister for long. We're going to, well, who knows? There's an election coming up, and who gives a shit? Um, yeah, smell of vinyl up there in Nova Scotia. Showed an interesting video. It's about Rubber Soul, the Beatles album. I quite like what the Yanks did with that, but they took off. We'll get to that in a minute. But they took off Nowhere Man. How could they do that? I mean, that's what the whole album. That's the best track on the album. So it fails there. Yes, they did get rid of What Goes On. Oh, it makes my stomach churn to even think about that. I mean, look, come on. Did the Rolling Stones let Charlie Watts sing on some shit song on every album they make? Can you imagine if Charlie Watts, you know, oh Jesus Christ, it's just awful. The only drummer I can think of, I mean, Mitch Mitchell. No, thank God he didn't get to sing on any tracks. But at least Ginger Baker wrote a couple of tracks for Cream, and they were damn good songs. Press Rat and Warthog was one of them. Um, he's not a great vocalist, but at least he could write songs, good songs, and sort of carry it off. But so if I was the richest tailless monkey in the world, I would buy up every record and ever made, so I own it all, and I would re-release the Beatles albums. Instead of audiophile versions, I would find the worst possible beat-up mono copies, preferably bootlegs from the Philippines or somewhere like that, and then press them up in brilliant packaging and charge a fortune for them. But I would remove all the Ringo Starr tracks and replace them with tracks I prefer. Now, for instance, on what's the first Beatle album called? Meet the Beatles. Is it MEAT Meet? The BEATLES Beatles, or is it MEET the BEETLES? Or are both those questions wrong? Jung, do I go to Jung or Freud on this one? Is this a Freudian thing? I think it's Jungian. Yeah, I would replace Boys on Meet the Beatles, the Butcher album, with Trash Truck by Tad, or Wood Goblins, even better, the 12-inch extended mix. Now, I'm trying to think of their albums and those Ringo tracks. I can't remember him on with the Beatles, which I don't mind. He does. I don't think he does. Oh, he doesn't do one on A Hard Day's Night. That's why I like that album. He does. I think does he do one on for Beatles for Sale? I can't remember. But oh dear, um, what's the next one? Rubber Soul. What goes on? I've already said that, haven't I? Hmm. Actually, there's one good track where he actually sings really well, and it's perfect. No one else in the band could have done it. Is Good Night, the most forgotten track on the White Album, one of John Lennon's most beautiful songs. And Ringo really nails it on that. It's sweet. It's really beautiful, beautiful. But anyway, getting off that silly subject, I don't know what else to talk about. Oh yeah, um, the Marty Robbins greatest hits LP. I got it at the garbage dump, the trash, the tip. A couple of days ago, I made a video. I was very worried because JMB were like one of those record companies that just bought up stuff and put 50 tracks per side, and who cares about the quality? But actually, it's brilliant. Unfortunately, the album cover is a bit of a horror. Yeah, of course, Marty Robbins was, I think, Apache. Um, yeah, I'm pretty much certain he's has Apache background. I like my Link Ray was, I'm not sure what tribe he was, but I have a great Jimi Hendrix was part Cherokee. Most of these wonderful musos out of the US, if they didn't have Negro or they had Red Indian in there, and with Jimmy it was both. That's why he's so fucking great. But yeah, I think he's part Apache, and it's brilliant because they're actually the mono originals, and that sounds fucking fantastic. I swear, it's just scented mono. Oh man, yeah. I was worried. I thought, oh no, they're either they've redone them, whatever. It was $1, if that. But the minute I put it on, I went, oh yeah, yep, full on mono mix originals, and it sounds like that from the analog tapes. It doesn't. That was worth it just for that. So I haven't got much else to say. How can 7 minutes go so quickly? I'm having fun, but it must be the longest 7 minutes you've ever experienced. Have you ever been experienced? Or you have. Now, getting on to that that Mazzy Maslov, hey, look at me, everybody. Cup of coffee. I'll just get my coffee thing going. Oh, shit, it's not coffee. It's dripping from the fat of sausages. Thank you, Mr. Hooker. That not Joni Mitchell, that other one that said nobody um, nobody does it better. Carly Simon, she sold the rights to her song, and instead of nobody does it better, it's thank you, Mr. Hooker. Did you know that Carly Simon has a terrible speech impediment? You'd never know it, but like a lot of people with speech impediments, when they sing, you wouldn't know, but when they don't sing, they can't string two words together. Off track. Oh yeah. Our first 3 Bushmasters have been sent to Ukraine today on their way in a Globemaster. Australia has donated $50 million worth of Bushmaster armoured personnel carriers to the Ukraine. It's 20 of them, 3 million apiece, something like that, plus another 30 million in ammunition and weaponry. So that's 100 million from down under. So with 25 million people, that's only $4 each. What goes on in my heart? What goes on in my mind? You're tearing me apart. What goes on? They should have removed every track off Rubber Soul and just put What Goes On 7 times on side 1 and 7 times on side 2. Would it still be considered a classic album, I wonder? Anyway, that's the state of the art and situation today. Goodbye, everybody.